tough. Damn, this must be a parody. Okay, 101 ain't no comparing me. Okay, wait, 2-on-2, that's
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, it's week 3. Day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They start the drive with Cook. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Now this defense for the Lions, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
They're going for Jefferson downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one. And there's an example on this first possession of the game.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Cook up the gun. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Granted, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Jet. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks. Great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And he missed it. It's no good.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. We had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase him.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. Here's Willis on 3rd and long. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return. A scoop and score for the Vikings. Huge play by the defense. Not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when it's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. Well, I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
First down, and they go to Swift again. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Well, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted. Ball winds up falling incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. Third down, it's Willis. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Two empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. The running there is Cook, but no lane to be found as he'll stop him behind the line.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Cook again. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, and they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. 3rd down, Dalvin Cook. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Offense ready to kick off their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there's optimism because
Williams loses the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. And the Lions will take over here just shy of the 30. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
Brought down by Ed Oliver.
On every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Willis. And he's got it to Patterson, complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
But normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation, you have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run, and I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much, maybe a yard, and that's all.
Yeah, things are pretty stacked up here in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Willis. His throw incomplete.
They're giving him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Willis. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 33. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. First down, Willis. This is intercepted. And the Vikings are going to get it for 17.
easy interception.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talk about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Jet. Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal forthcoming as it takes us down to about the 5-yard line.
That's what love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. I always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case,
and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are an extra point away from drawing level. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is, I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning.
Here we go.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Well, the offense, Charles, they were flirting with disaster, already backed up deep in their own territory. So the interception and the pick 6 ensued. That was a big play.
It certainly was, and the short field gave him the rare opportunity to take it all the way back and quickly. And once he saw that he had an open field, there's no way he's going to let that opportunity slip away, and finds his way into the end zone.
Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
This defense really fooling around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get get started, offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jet. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line.
23-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
To throw again on 2nd down. Willis. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
So first thing crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks, they're starting to pile up.
If they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, there were 3 talking points at the half, partner. All of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. This lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
You certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 3rd down, it's Willis. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return. A scoop and score for the Vikings. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they forced the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Willis will look to throw on first down. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A nice gain of 21 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Willis's throw taken in by Watkins here. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's second down.
Well, it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do in that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Now his throw caught left side. He'll get it inside the 20, and he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. A big play there for Detroit. 42 yards.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air. Nice chunk of yardage there. And then a touchdown.
DeAndre Swift. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Lions have broken our tie as they take the lead. He is putting in a great all-around game, Charles. He already ran one in for a score, and now they utilize him in the passing game.
And they put a lot of pressure on a defensive coordinator and defense, don't they? Because they're used to him as a runner. But it turns out he's just as dangerous as some of those receivers, and he showed it right there. You don't pay enough attention to him defensively, he makes you pay.
There are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it first and 10. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Running lanes run a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there. He's hoping that that's a precursor of the big second half.
Second down, they go right back to Cook. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback. Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Throwing on third and long. Jet, open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he will have the Vikings first down as they look at the four-down conversion.
Some quarterbacks have the certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They run it again with Cook. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better towers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
Let's go.
It's a quarterback sneak. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
Come on, Vikings.
Let's go now.
So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know the security point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
And he will have a Vikings first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Aiden Hutchinson getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick.
This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketing the field, going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
52 yards rushing for him now to this point.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
Play action. Here's Willis.
Man open. It's St. Brown. He's got it. And in for the Lions. Touchdown.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over. And here a late turnover leads to a 4th quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here. And they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
Fair catch. Made at the 25-yard line. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Boy, they get him yet again, Charles. 5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense, they've been fantastic.
It's certainly an example of watching a defense that is in the zone, right? We use that term so often, but most of the time, it's for people who are on offense. In this case, it's a defense as a whole. Let's go now. With each other, all ready to go.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up in a 3rd and 9 situation. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long.
Here's Willis, 3rd and long.
Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They run out of the gun with Swift.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. So 2nd and 9, and you have to figure just about all 11 are crashing the line here.
Once again, it's Swift.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter play.
So 7 yards for the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, here comes Swift.
And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here we go, here we go.
Meeting the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And it's not going to get there. He lost it. They'll get either the touchdown or the 1st down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back.
Ready, set.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lead.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
The pass intercepted by the Lions.
What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. And we'll see if the defense wants to stop it as they take the knee. Game in hand, the offense takes the knee. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And the Lions will take the knee here with victory in the cards. Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. This to make it a 3-score game late. And he missed it. He missed it just wide. Upright. It's no good. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
And partner, a lot of kickers in this spot like to aim it and just drop it back down the center. This one looked like it was aimed at the left upright and just kept bending away.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold,